Alright, our standards for this week are going to be writing equations in slope-intercept form. They're really two very related skills. Actually, I think you need to be able to do standard 20 here before you can even do standard 19. So we're going to look at these in the same video today. So we're going to be looking at writing an equation in slope-intercept form given a graph, and so it would look like you would have a graph right here. Or if you have given information, like you're given a slope and you're given a y-intercept. Alright, so standard 19, remember? We need to know what's the slope and what is the y-intercept. I look at what is the y-intercept first. Where is this line crossing the y-axis? These are marked at 2's, so this is 2, 3, 4, 5, so the y-intercept is 5. And then, what is my slope? What is my change in y and my change in x? I know that I go from here to here. How much of a change up is that? It's a change of 3. Over, that's a change of 1. So for our slope, we could write 3 over 1. We could say that this is the beginning then of a standard 20 problem also. Just say, okay, you've got the slope and the y-intercept given now. What do we do with it? We know we're trying to write our equations in slope-intercept form. We know the slope is here on the M, and the intercept is here on the B. So let's plug in what we got. Our slope is 3 over 1. We'll just write that as 3. Our intercept is 5. We'll put that in for B. So our equation will be y equals 3x plus 5. It has a rate of change of 3. For every time it goes over 1x, it goes up 3. And it starts at 5, our initial value right here. Alright, here's another one. This one even has the points listed off. Let's look at what's the y-intercept, what's the slope. Where does this line cross the y-axis? 1, 2, 3. Y-intercept is 3, positive 3. What's the slope? Let's find the y's. The y's rise over the run. Remember we've seen that. How much does it go up between these red dots? Let's do the green. From here to here, 1, 2. Right here is 1. Put the 2 over 1. Okay, so that would be the first step if I was doing a standard 19 of I'm writing from a graph. Let's say a standard 20 and say I already have that. I already have this information. Let's write the equation in slope-intercept form. The intercept goes here with the B. The slope goes here with the M. My equation is, again, the 2 over 1 we can just leave as a 2. Because we know the way those fractions work. 2x plus 3. I think there's 2 more. Alright, I have another line. It's a positive one, which means it goes up from left to right. Where is this line crossing the y-axis? What's the intercept? The y-intercept, when we find it, it's right there. It's 3. What's the slope? How much does this go up? Get that down. Now it's a change of 2. Over here is a change of 1. Slope was 2 over 1. Let's write our equation in slope-intercept form. Again, we could say a standard 19 right from the graph, we would have all this work. That would look like this. If it was just standard 20, we wouldn't have any of this. We'd just say, okay, there's a line out there, it's got a y-intercept of 3, it's got a slope of 2, write an equation for it. And you'd say, okay, I can do that. I know my y-intercept goes here, and my slope goes there. Let me plug those in. Y equals 2x plus 3. One more. This is a negative line. It goes down from left to right. Where's this negative line, which is going to have a negative slope, cross the y-axis? What's our y-intercept? It's 2. What's our slope? Only one of these numbers we want to be negative, because if they were both negative, it would just be positive, and that's when we would end up going up from left to right. So let's start counting from here to here. So we got 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down. Change of negative 4. And we went over 1. Write it in slope-intercept form. Your intercept is your b, put that 2 at the end. Your slope is negative 4, put it with the x. Y equals negative 4x plus 2. You're probably thinking, what other things might they change up on me? What if, let's give you one kind of bonus example, example 5 here. What if the slope is a fraction? What if the intercept is negative? Okay. M, or the slope, let's call it, let's put 2 negatives in here, negative 3 halves. Let's say the b is negative 10. You're still going to be writing in a good slope-intercept equation, mx plus b. What's your b? It's 10, and it's a negative. So you might have a substep in there where you're saying plus minus, but we don't want to leave that simplified, so it would just be minus 10. I'll leave a space for my slope for now. Slope is negative 3 halves, just put it in there. Keep the negative. That would be a line going down from left to right. Alright, so that was standard 19 and 20. Standard 19 is taking the graph, identifying the y-intercept and the slope, putting it into an equation. 20 would just be taking information about a rate of change, an initial value, or the y-intercept, and putting them into an equation.